You got into Harvard Law?
What, like it's hard?
Oh, baby, get ready to bend and snap. We watched Legally Blonde with Elouise Eftos for this week's episode of...
Well, we'll just tell your mother that we ate it all.
Like you can only hear you.
No,
I can hear everyone.
I mean, as in like you're the only one who can hear everyone.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
that's
I'm here to
sad.
test the
You
levels.
just-
I'm so obsessed with my voice. Do you know what I mean?
Do you want to listen to it? Do you
can
want the
listen to
headphones,
it.
Yeah,
Elouise?
you can
You can listen
do
to
the
it when it
levels.
comes out. You will be able to listen to it one
I
day.
want,
Of course.
I want
Don't
Elouise.
be silly.
I want Elouise to do the levels and turn down the volume of all. Our
yeah.
things, actually. And when she was
And-
just like, "You guys sound great,"
You guys sound really good.
Oh,
and
man.
I get the file. I get the file back, and it's just Elouise.
It's just me going, yeah, and I really love the film. It's inspirational. How is everyone? Miss you.
Yeah.
Missed you.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen you since before Christmas.
Yeah, it would have been. 'Cause I had
Merry
to go
Christmas.
home to Perth. Yeah, Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy Hanukkah.
Yeah,
See? Shalom.
I've got to
Awesome.
show. I've got
She
to show
knows.
you after the pod the gift I got.
A
for-
husband. Oh, I thought you had a husband for me.
No, I
Jewish
I
husband.
tried when I was overseas.
We've
I
got
was-
one here. Yeah.
I'm
you're
already
married.
married.
No, but I thought you had like
When
a
I was
potential Jew.
when I was overseas, I was asking people. I was like, "You Jewish? Show me the card." And then shaking them, be like, "Would you date this woman?"
Would you date this woman? And I went, is she even Jewish? And I'm like, she could be.
Yeah.
That's like, literally. That's what it
Have
is.
you been told you can play Jewish?
I reckon I could be Jewish.
Yeah.
I could be a Jap, Jewish American princess.
Oh, yeah,
man,
yeah.
I'm not allowed to say any of those words.
I am.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a Jap.
No, Jap is
That-
like
that's a
Jewish
No,
I
Jewish
know, I
American
know, but
princess,
It could
that's the
also
thing.
be interpreted
Well, it's
as-
not what it was. So maybe you should like give
Yeah.
me a chance. Like Elouise was given a chance
Oh,
when she
no.
was at Harvard
Hold
Law.
off on that for at least 20 minutes.
Did anyone notice that Hastings slowly took off his wedding ring during that little?
Did he
spiel?
really?
Yeah.
Did you actually?
Don't worry about it.
Oh, can I say
Hastings
it?
is single.
How was your wedding?
Don't put it
I
on though
wasn't
because
invited, but-
It was great. It
You
was
will
excellent.
become married to Hastings.
Yeah. Why
if you put
wasn't
it on.
Elouise?
Why wasn't I invited? I guess we don't really know each other.
We've
that well.
never hung out on purpose.
No, that's okay. Oh my god, that's okay.
Oh, no, that wasn't an
And
attack.
we
That was a
never
reason.
Will.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah,
never will because I wasn't invited. No, I'm kidding. Congratulations again.
Oh, thank
And
you so much.
So good.
Yeah.
Was it like you're all married now?
Things are exactly the same.
Yeah, but you just like
but
had
we're
a big
not
party.
but we're not planning a wedding, which makes that easier.
Okay.
Planning a wedding is hard,
Yeah.
and now we're no longer doing
You're not
that.
doing that part.
So it's actually quite nice.
Oh, that's nice.
But other than that, it's exactly the same. Yeah, it's quite
oh,
nice.
that's cute.
Yeah.
I saw a dude in Vegas when I was there. I went down to Old Vegas just
Wait,
to.
were you just in America?
I was, yes.
Oh, well, why don't you take me?
Because he took his
Go with
wife.
that- You went with
I,
your wife.
I
Oh,
took-
everyone has a fucking
Yeah,
wife.
I had to take my wife.
Look, if I go, I'll take you.
Yeah,
I
let's
have
be
no
wives.
wife.
Yeah, let's be
no
wives
wife to
together.
speak of.
I'm not wearing my ring.
Yeah, what's that? Yeah.
I knew
hello.
Elouise was on the podcast.
Yeah.
As soon as
Just a couple of
everyone's like, take
single
off your
podcasters hanging out.
ring. Cute.
Yeah, I went down. I saw.
I'm looking at both of you going, oh, no, I'm kidding.
No, please. I'm not an Eastern Suburbs Adonis.
Yeah,
I know
which-
it.
Which one of us is
I live in
more
Newtown.
Jewish?
It's all an act. It's all an act. Yeah, but sorry, when you're in Vegas.
I saw some people getting married in Old Vegas, and a guy got married in a bolo tie. And
Oh,
then
that's
they-
so. I love that so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
And then,
Arizona.
like, they went to like a shitty
Nevada.
casino, but then we kind of followed them because we went to this like dive pizza by the slice place,
Right.
which was like an Evil Knievel themed pizza place.
Fuck yeah.
That's
rules.
hot.
And the
That
wedding
rules.
party came and sat down and got pizza by the slice, and Amy and me were just like, vow renewal. This is what we'll do.
So I'm
Because the
coming.
pizza was fucking good.
I'm booking my flights. Quick, let's all go.
Yeah,
when is
yeah.
it? Let's go. in
Renew
the
your
summer.
vows like 2 years later.
Yeah, well, that's what we're just like. If we can convince
Yeah.
everyone to come back to Vegas, just
Are you going to be Evil Knievel or what's the deal?
Oh yeah, you should.
You
I
have
dress
to
should
it.
be.
dress
You
as Evil
should.
Knievel to do it.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
They also
please.
had alcoholic like Dr. Pepper, which is like way up my alley.
Oh,
Man.
that's nice of them.
so. It would actually be great for me if you got
They
married
did that
again.
just for you.
Yeah, they
did
did
that
that to
just for
me even
you.
though I wasn't the husband in that
They're
scenario.
just like,
They-
oh.
I
Was it-
didn't
yeah.
get to go to Jamie's wedding, so it would really suit me if Jamie got married again.
Yeah.
I didn't
well, I didn't
know
get to go to either of
I
your
know, I'm not
weddings.
It's
This
really
wasn't
funny
an
that
attack
you
on
didn't
Jamie.
go to his wedding, but he was the best man at
I
your
love-
wedding.
I was invited. I just didn't.
I know.
it was-
Actually,
What's that
Hastings,
all about?
Hastings
He
did
got married in
something-
Vegas.
Hastings
Did you actually get married in Vegas?
I did indeed.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
You didn't.
I did.
No, get
He did.
out.
I got married at
You're
the Wynn.
so silly.
The Wynn Hotel.
What was it with the Elvis impersonator?
No, we got married like in
Oh.
a serious
It
fashion.
actually looked quite
synagogue.
nice.
Not at a synagogue, no.
Then what the hell is the point of being Jewish if you're not going to smash the glass with your foot
That's true.
and be on
What is the
chairs and
point,
people
Jamie?
lift you up? Oh my God, I'm sick of like I'm so upset. I'm so devastated. I don't know. I mean, I'm Greek Orthodox. Like we smash plates and stuff, but like, oh, how fun would it be to smash a glass with your foot?
I've been to a Greek Orthodox wedding.
Did you like it?
Sick as hell.
Yeah, it's pretty
I was
wild.
like 13.
They have
but it was
tons
fun.
of them over
Yeah.
at the Greek Orthodox
Yeah.
church just down the street there.
No, I'm kidding.
When I went
Of course they
to one in
do.
Marrickville.
I always see people like every weekend.
Yeah, I really want to have like a Greek Orthodox wedding, but then I want to marry someone who's like either Indian, like a Punjabi wedding would be sick, and it's like a mix, or probably like Jewish,
Yeah.
because that'd be fun. It'd be lots of smashed things.
I was
to break things.
I was
Yeah.
invited to a Sri Lankan wedding, and then a breakup meant that invite was rescinded.
The only thing I broke at my wedding was hearts.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Oh.
What
Anyway,
were we
We
talking
were
about?
hanging out this week.
yes, we did.
That was
Missed
good fun.
you. That was fun.
It was.
We were kind of like a big deals.
Okay.
You guys probably don't know like how famous we are, but
Well, I've read the reviews of your play. I believe you're categorized as a vamp. Is
oh
that
yes,
true?
that's right.
Yes.
One of the plays. You've never seen me perform
No,
in a
but-
play, but you've read the reviews, which is really sweet.
I'm a keen follower of the career.
And
I will not go watch, but no,
Yeah,
I
that's
will.
okay.
I
No,
will.
one day come and watch.
I will.
Bit disappointed you haven't watched my last play I was in. I
wasn't
covered in
here.
whipped cream.
I
It
wasn't
was
here.
wild. No, it's okay. I forgive you. You were I don't know whatever in Vegas. Being famous.
He's married.
Whatever.
He couldn't go
famous.
because he's married.
Anyway, we were at the Opera House. Rosie and I were at the Opera House, and we were like, "This is going to be us one day, working here,
doing a
At the
kids show.
concession
not
stand.
selling merch like we were this week. We're going to be on the stage, and when we were backstage, we're going, "Isn't this going to be nice? Like, isn't this going to be nice when we're performing here? You know?"
Yeah.
And it was just a little. It was like a little flash forward.
Did you
know,
set a
It's a
Did you
tongue's
set a
future,
firm
yeah.
timeline for it?
Oh, not really.
Oh,
Like
we-
it's
we-
probably in the next few months. You know what I mean? With the way that like we hustle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
course.
liked you getting your inner like performer out because we talked about this on the last episode
Vamp.
where we had to like go
Yeah,
and
I'm a
ask
vamp.
people questions and like Elouise just absolutely hammed it up because like the two guys who are presenters are doctors, so she's like,
And they're
"Hi doctors,
twins.
I've got like blah 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 here," and then like
Yeah.
the
Were
kid
they
asked the
Jewish?
question, but then you
No.
just immediately repeated the question. So she just said this.
Yeah, because I was like, I feel like you didn't understand what she said. And because so I could talk more. I was like, I
Man.
am trained. She was not.
really?
Her like
Elouise, I-
enunciation was not very good. Come on, Rosie, like you agree.
It's true.
She was fumbling on
It,
words.
it was a bit muffled.
She was
yeah.
like 6. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I've had training, and I was like, let me just repeat the question.
I think
One of
me
the
and
doctors is
Elouise
single.
have more in common than we initially thought.
Yeah.
Well, I was just about to say maybe you should take a notebook out and like take some of
Come on,
this
take
down
some notes.
because it's very Andrew Hastings to be like, I'm talking.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I
Man.
love talking.
yes.
But it was so fun. It was just fun to be in that venue. We met them. They were really famous. Have you guys ever watched kids TV? But like recently.
Once upon a
Not
time.
when I was a child.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Apparently these guys are a big deal.
What are they called?
They're
Luke and
called
They're called Operation Ouch.
Operation Ouch, and their names are Chris and Dr. Chris and Dr. Xander. Zand. And they are like twins, and they're probably like billionaires.
Twins?
They're twins. I know. I love like when people are twins. Like I think that's so fascinating.
I think it's a crime against God. I think it's a genetic mutation that
Oh,
should
do
be
you?
ended.
Yeah.
No, there's something
I'm
about
pro
it. You're
eugenics,
like,
but only
which
for
one's
twins.
which? But one of them was not married, and I was like, excuse me. No, I'm kidding. I
But
wasn't.
he wasn't Jewish.
No, he wasn't Jewish.
Oof, strike
It's like,
one.
what's the point?
Yeah.
They-
you know what I
Why
mean?
even get married?
They did
It's
have
like, you're a doctor, but whatever.
Yeah.
They had an
You're not
interesting.
really a
Their
doctor.
surname was like
You're not
Van
Jewish.
Tulliken or something like that. It was weird.
Sounds Dutch.
Yeah.
It did sound Dutch.
Yeah, there was quite. Yeah, something about him. Something.
Was Zand Van Tollecken? Yeah, that probably is a Dutch name. Now that I think about
I
it.
assumed Zand was short for like
Alexander.
Alexander or
Definitely.
something.
Yeah,
like
but you could like there.
because the other guy's name was Chris.
I'll let you in on
Yeah,
a little
just
secret.
Chris.
In the Netherlands, people
Yeah.
are called Alexander occasionally.
What does Van
No
mean?
way.
Yeah.
Van is like a
Yeah.
real thing, isn't it?
Well, I mean, like literally, Van means like from.
Right.
Oh,
so his
right.
name
What's
is
it?
Dick from Dyke.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Don't-
Rosemary?
Yeah.
That's where I was going with
That
that the
is-
whole time.
You're
Fuck.
actually
Oh,
really
give a girl a
funny,
bit of Dick Van Dyke. if you know what
Andrew
I'm saying.
You're
has-
actually really funny, Andrew.
Andrew Hastings has turned a corner
I
in
love when you get the
2020.
actually.
Actually,
I'm a little chuffed.
You're welcome.
Just Hastings going home to his wife. Being like, Elouise said I was actually actually funny. I think she was making fun of you. No.
Yeah, that actually is a qualifier. You know?
Prepare the compliment
little
bong,
derogatory.
Yvette.
Time for my celebratory cone.
The compliment bong is pristine as well, where it's like the
Never been
revenge. Fire up
used.
the revenge bong. It's like got old bong water.
Yeah, that's a bit more
The
intense.
compliment bong is like a meter long.
Yeah, it's never been used.
Yeah.
Oh, well, now you can use it. That's so good.
Yeah. Oh no, beers have been cancelled. Yvette, fire up the commiserations bomb.
I love how it'd be like a shelf and you open it up and it'll be named.
No,
That's cute.
no Tinder matches today, Yvette. All of them.
Hugh Inglis said, "Check back with me in a few months. Tear out the anti-century bomb."
Hey, I'm booked now.
I know.
Hey, you
Hastings
booked.
is doing the
I'm
store.
I'm doing the store for
So
the first
am
time
I.
soon. When are you doing it?
Feb.
All right, don't worry about it.
When are you doing
Andrew
it?
Hastings,
April, I'm doing April.
Hastings was busy
Oh,
in
that's
February.
okay. Oh,
Hastings was busy.
Are
in
you- were
I
you
was
February.
busy?
booked. I'm just busy. Yeah.
Oh, I'm busy too.
I just had
but
stuff
you know
on.
What I mean?
I just couldn't do it any earlier.
Wow, how busy? Like,
I've been booked
are
for the
you
last
busier
5
than
years.
me, or what's
It's
the
interesting
deal?
because like Elouise does like plays and
Yeah.
acting and dancing and stuff. What do you do? About this?
Cactus, Tudor,
I love
Readers.
I believe Elouise has done all those.
Yeah, I think I've done. Oh, some of them I haven't done, but I'm also like, nah. I only
don't
want to do
deserve
the
it.
best ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I only want to do the best ones, like e.g. Everly
Pokemon.
Hey.
and Cactus and Powerbomb.
And that's how you get us.
And that's how I, and then
Yeah.
this is me. How many compliment bongs are there?
Pokemon Shield. I've been busy. I've been
No, but yeah, I do. I was pretty excited to get the store myself, actually.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Because I was like,
Congratulations.
this is famous.
That is pretty famous.
Yeah.
They call it the world famous comedy store.
They do.
yeah. Kind of like Ray's Pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your
Or
fam-
Mrs. Mac's world famous
Yeah.
bar.
Yeah, 'cause there
yeah,
is
that's
also a lot of
fame.
comedy
That's
stores.
world fame, apparently.
That's famous.
So your February is pretty blocked out, I assume.
February?
What are you doing? You're crazy. P.S.
doing in
can
Just
I
to fill you in, this is a bit of a
February.
continuation from last episode.
Oh, I see. Oh, here we go. I love this.
February, I couldn't do those gigs
Lot
because
of
I was
bouldering.
already booked.
Is that when My Chemical Romance is getting
Honking
back
on the
together,
compliment
or-
I
bong
think
at
I'm in
home.
March.
When is that?
March 21, baby.
Oh, dip. That's like
Because
a
I
week
love that you know
after-
the date, and I like
what are you
roasted
doing?
them
Nothing.
on
You better
my
not be about to give me some
story.
bad news on
my
Pod
No.
Instagram.
Well, like March is going
Sorry.
to be the most incredible month of my entire life. I think.
Right, what are you
Why?
doing?
What are you doing?
Well, it's just going to be like we get to see My Chemical Romance and Jimmy World together.
Yeah.
Hanging out as friends.
Oh, are you guys gonna kiss?
Maybe.
Maybe. We did.
Finally.
Yeah, just do it now.
We
Get
know-
it over and done
Oh,
with.
I was going to say finally, but you already have.
Yeah.
Oh.
And we know how to perfectly.
You're
insert-
actually
Yeah.
at a priprivileged
There's-
position. You're the only person at this table who hasn't kissed Andrew Hastings.
Oh no! What should we do? Should I get cast? Should we get cast in a play together?
Yeah.
That's the only way. I
Yvette,
think
fire
it's
up the
gonna-
disrespect
I'm
bomb.
kidding. I'm so sorry. I'm joking. I'm totally joking. I'll kiss you. We're just gonna cost you a bit.
Don't lie to me.
Cost a bit.
I've been lied to again. You know what to do.
I'm actually pretty busy.
yeah.
I'm
very
actually
busy.
so busy. No, I'm busy, but when our schedule's clear, you never know. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Never say never.
We know how to do in perfect
Yeah.
synchronicity.
There's
would
a
it-
point in a particular My Chemical Romance song where two dudes are supposed to kiss.
Oh, really?
And we
And
know how to do it.
we
So
know
I've
how
never
to do
purposely listened
Is
to one of
it,
their songs.
is it I'm Not Okay where you do
Yeah.
a little kiss on the cheek?
Yeah,
Exactly.
but you
I feel
I
so
got it on the
mean,
mouth.
but I've literally roasted them on my Instagram story, and I think, did you see it? And I think you got. a
No,
bit
I
upset.
would have. Wait, what did you say?
You
I was
would've
like,
got
it was just
upset.
the. I have my friend made a GIF of me,
Yeah.
and it's me sort of like.
Oh,
looking
yeah,
like-
yeah.
you know the one.
You gave
Oh,
that
yeah,
a
I
flog.
remember that.
I flog that. Like I
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
flog it.
Elouise, this may shock you, but I do watch your Instagram stories.
doesn't shock me. This doesn't shock me. I'm not shocked. I'm actually extremely like amused. I don't know. 'Cause I'm like, oh, it's
mean-
so nice that you admit it. Like, 'cause so many people don't. And I can see
I know
them.
you can see.
Oh, yeah,
I
you can see. You
I
can see everyone.
Oh,
I'm
man.
always like, who's been watching?
One time.
Do you have it set up to business, though, so you can see who's, like, tapped back for another look at
I
it?
don't have it set up because the only reason can I tell you the only reason I have a business account? It's so lame. But you know, like when you go on your profile and you can put like actor, comedian.
Yes.
Mine says movie character, and I just wanted to do that because I thought it was funny.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I've just left it like that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I've never like paid for a post. I'm like, oh, it's like when people make their own fan pages. I'm like,
Yeah.
Okay, if you have to make your own fan
We've all
page-
made our own.
Yeah,
fan
I've
page.
made my own.
Everyone at
Oh,
the table
sorry.
made their
You
own
should
fan
really
page.
like Jamie Kerr comedy.
Yeah, like at Andrew
Oh,
Hansen.
sorry.
Yeah.
I love how I'm like
Facebook.
about to
Rose
roast
Piper
everyone.
on
I'm like,
Facebook.
I mean, I think that's great when people take the initiative to do that. No, but I'm just like, oh, I don't want to do my own post, pay for my own post. Yeah.
But would you rather it being like what like Anthony Skinner used to do, where he'd just make a page for Steph Broadbridge?
That's
Yeah.
why. Oh no,
Like,
I don't
without
want
talking to
that.
her?
Oh no, I'd
Yeah.
want someone to talk to me about it.
Yeah.
Like I want someone to go, "Hey, we're gonna make a." No, I'd want.
Eloise,
yeah.
Jamie has some bad news for you.
What?
You made it. I was going to say.
Oh
you
yeah,
made it.
I've already made your fan.
What is
It's
it called?
got-
Elouise Eftos
It's
Van.
called Eloise Eftos Vamp Famous,
Yeah.
and it's already got 500,000
Oh my
followers.
God.
I have for
How much
comparison.
money have you made from it?
Uh,
Have you made T-shirts?
He's
yet?
just posting memes from the page as well.
there's
All those
enough-
videos where it shows you how to like resurface your deck.
There's enough
Yeah,
for
that's-
me to
It's like
find.
memes where it's like the feeling when Eloise doesn't post to Instagram that day.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so cute.
When Eloise,
love-
when Eloise says she'll kiss Andrew.
Yeah.
Aww.
Um,
just
We're
say I
gonna have to
find
kiss at the end now.
We absolutely do not.
It's
finally,
so cute when you're pretending that you don't want to kiss me. I love when people pretend that they don't want to kiss me.
You're right. I am pretty cute.
I love it.
look at this
I think
crackling
he's a little
tension.
bit busy at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
That's all right. I'm so busy.
At the end of the episode, I'm free.
All of a sudden, you're free, like all the time.
Hastings keeps going to the bathroom to put on chapstick. He's
You
like,
never know.
he's just talking in the mirror, being like, I don't know if this is a bit, but if it's not, I'm gonna be ready.
Always on the ready. Yeah. You gotta do
I
it.
have a funny story about Instagram stories.
Okay.
Yes.
My wife, this was like a year or two ago. She was like, "Oh, your uncle keeps watching my Instagram stories."
Gross.
And like she posts some lewdy stuff.
She's been posting some very lewd stuff lately.
I don't follow
complaints
her,
here.
but what kind of? What are you talking?
Like photos of her body.
Oh, that's gorgeous. Good.
Oh, what I'm saying, like, it's
Express.
grosser if like they were seeing the content now.
Oh
because
yeah. Oh no,
she's
it
been
was
like fully naked.
yeah. She's like, that's not super new. She was doing like not dissimilar stuff to that in the past. She took a break for a while.
Maybe, yeah. I don't
Good
know.
on her, though.
Trust me
Oh,
that,
yeah,
that I'm,
I'd-
that I'm across
Totally. No,
this.
I know.
If I look like that,
Babe.
fucking
Anyway.
hell yeah.
And
Go
you've
for
seen
it.
your wife naked, correct?
On Instagram, yeah.
You have? Oh, that's nice.
Man, 2020 Andrew.
Anyway.
Have you kissed your wife?
At the wedding.
Oh, that's so nice.
That
the
was like
first
a
time?
peck as well.
Yeah, well, we
It was-
spoke about it before, and she wanted me to ruin her lipstick, which was fair
Man.
enough.
So
I love how that
put on the
stopped.
put on the like matte shit that stays.
Hello, yes, Rosie and
She
I.
takes that
are
shit
so-
pretty seriously. Like
it's
she's
the best thing
Don't
ever.
ruin my lipstick. It's like
I
wear
pushed for a
matte.
proper kiss.
Yeah,
It's your wedding day.
You
It's
gotta
your wedding-
splurge for the stuff that doesn't.
Come
smudge.
on. What's your wife's name?
My wife's name is Yvette.
Yvette.
Yeah. I'll tell
Come
you her-
on,
I'll
Yvette.
tell you her
She doesn't
Instagram-
listen to this podcast.
I'll tell you
no,
her
I think
Instagram
she
handle
seems-
off pod. I don't want you fucking creeps. I'm talking to you, Zoom. I don't want you creeps
Who?
looking at my wife's, the listeners.
Hey, who's listening to this?
Just, I don't
Hey,
want
who
no,
are
Not
you?
No one.
I don't want them looking at my wife's
Hey,
Instagram.
who's listening? You can follow mine though. No, I'm kidding.
There
Anyway,
you go. You get your
yeah.
plugs
So
in
what
at the end.
happened? So
Anyway,
your
so she
uncle's
was like,
watching.
your uncle, who's only like, my uncle's like in his late 30s. He's not old.
So he's like, yeah.
He's like 7 years older than me. So he's like, yeah.
So he's
This
just
is like
uncle
your
by like.
Dad's or
my
mum's
mum's
younger brother.
well, I don't want to give too much.
I love.
Because
we're
I'm
gonna
outing
get,
him as a
like,
bit of a...
on the family tree. What's that? No, it's okay.
What's his house sigil?
Anyway, he goes... He
That sounded like Yiddish.
I love that face that you do.
the
Why
story
do
is
you-
so short. Like,
I wish we could share that on the pod.
Yes,
great.
I got asked to audition for
Lord.
the Yiddish version of Fiddler.
There
and
is
I'm
an
testing
Essex
myself.
story. Oh, baby.
Anyway,
Baby.
sorry, keep going.
it's very quick. So she goes, your uncle's looking
I
at
love
my
how you
Instagram
painted
again.
this like quarter Jewish man as this like full.
No, I just had to tell him. I had to tell him before I
Yeah.
forgot. Sorry,
on,
continue
that
your
is
story.
Yeah, go.
So anyway, so she goes, your uncle's watching my Instagram stories again. I was like, they probably come up in his story. You're attractive. He's probably just taking a look. She's like, yeah, it's fine. I'm not bothered by it. I think it's kind of funny actually. But he doesn't follow me. So like he's regular.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
you're
the
going
best.
back. Going
That's
back.
the
That's
best.
when I was dating someone last year. My ex didn't follow the girl I was dating, but kept going back
Oh,
to
that's
do the
so,
stories.
I'm like, aren't you embarrassed?
So I have a relative doing that to my wife.
That's so embarrassing.
But that was great for me.
Oh, you would have loved it,
Yeah,
babe.
yeah.
But it's the
Yeah.
fact that I feel like when people do that, I'm like, they can see. I mean, I
Well, I think
don't
a lot of
look all
people
the
don't.
time, but sometimes I look and I go, you don't even don't follow me, why are you watching?
Oh, I have a look like every time.
I'm like, excuse me.
Who's giving this a squiz?
How do you
and
check?
then Yvette told my
I'll
wife.
show
If
you.
you
Sorry,
post-
Yvette-
if
then
you
Yvette
post
told
a
my mum.
story, have you got a story up?
And
at
your
the
mum's
moment?
like, oh my
No,
god.
I thought it was hilarious.
Hang on,
That's
I've
actually
got one.
it's quite
That's
funny.
fine.
He's like, what's she up to? Better check.
Yeah, what's that?
If you've got
so
a story
silly.
What's my uncle's
Like, if you
25-year-old
put your own
wife up
story
to?
up, there's
That's
like,
so funny. I
shit in
can't
the
believe
corner.
that people do that and they're not like
I'm
embarrassed.
just
Hold on,
literally
there's two
giving.
conversations happening.
I'm giving a tutorial. You
don't know
bring
how to
you
check.
bring your story up, and where it says "seen by," you post on that, and then that.
Oh, I've
shows
never
you
seen that before.
Who's looking
You
at
never
it.
seen
so
that
people could be
before.
watching. All right, I'm gonna take a story.
Do you want me
right
to
now.
help you out?
Yeah, should we do a story?
Yeah.
We could do a story of
How do I
us
do
recording
that?
live.
Do one of us
Do you-
recording
do you want-
live?
What if I do
Or
like?
do you want me to do
Hi.
it from the pod?
I'll do a boomerang. of
Do it
Andrew
from the pod
Hastings.
one, not your own one.
No, I'll do it from my own one because I want to see who's following me.
And then you can tag the. Oh God.
Oh,
I
He-
think
he-
that's a great boomerang.
that is quite good.
Damn, I look ripped.
That is quite good.
Do you think Hastings looks ripped?
Look at my,
I think you look.
look at my. You can see my abs in there.
Yeah, you look. Yeah, some sort of.
I mean, that's
way.
also ribs. You can see a lot of ribs in
You
there.
look ribbed.
I've just come across Elouise's story here. You went
Yeah,
to
look, I was at
you
the
went to
art
AG.
gallery.
Oh, was this to go to Tate's thing?
Yeah, and then
There she is.
There's Tate.
She's rich.
I know she's rich because she went into a taxi.
Ah.
Well,
Why
we
did
just-
she go into a taxi?
We're just showing
That's
each other
rich.
Instagram stories now. We just,
Should I get my?
now we're done.
No, I'm kidding.
I'll let you guys know how many people get views on that bad boy.
all right.
That's
I'm going to give you a list of
wild.
names.
You might see an increase in followers after
Yeah.
that eye candy.
Jamie, I want you to.
I just got a notification saying Jamie Kirk added to this story for the first time in a while.
Oh my
Oh, man,
gosh,
a
that's
lot
so
of people are gonna get that.
exciting.
Yeah,
I wonder if I got that notification.
I
maybe.
don't do
Do
stories
you follow?
much, you know.
I
Um,
do.
Follow back?
Where's my phone?
I don't know.
Oh my god! Oh my god! It's okay.
You left it at the AG NSW.
Oh my
Jamie, what I was about to
God.
say is I'm about to give you a list of names.
Yep.
I'm not going to show the girls at the table the list of names, but you've got to text me if those girls watch that story.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would they know?
And then can
me?
you just tell
'Cause I didn't
us
tag
what they
you
are
in it.
later?
Yeah, what do you?
The girls
why
on the
are we
list. I'll
left
highlight
out?
the ones that.
Yeah.
Why are we being left out? Is it
No,
because
no,
we're, is it
I
'cause
feel
we're
like-
pretty?
I think maybe one of the names might be yours.
I'm doing a creep joke. I'm saying to
Okay,
let
so
you know
where
the
do I-
girls I like watch the story of
Well,
me
no
taking my
one's
shirt
seen
off.
it yet.
That's
Okay.
cute.
Well, I feel like more
Wait,
people should have
hang
seen
on,
it.
like-
That's nice.
Yeah, wait a minute or two, but then you got to refresh as well.
I think
Okay.
I left my phone over there, and I feel a bit sick about it.
You can go get it.
It's okay. I'll be
Oh
okay.
no, yeah, seen by two.
Yeah, there you go.
Who is it?
It's just guys, dude.
Give me a look.
Just hot guys. No.
Hot guys? Which ones?
Sath Nutterstan.
Which ones were
I
their
don't know.
names?
Ben Caution.
And some guy I
Oh.
don't know. Hell yeah.
Wait, who? I'm kidding.
No, just
Sath
a
is
bit.
really nice.
Yes, that's great.
Miss.
And someone called
Hi, Sath. Miss
Bowie
you. I love
Marks,
doing
don't know
shout
what
outs
that
and
is.
saying miss you. Hi, miss you.
Who else do you
Also-
miss?
Lord.
Who else do I miss?
Yeah.
I have so many people.
Oh, we could do like
Who
a
don't you miss?
we could do like a cameo thing where we get
My Chemical Romance.
Oh my lord.
I'm so mean.
Have you ever listened to a song? It's great.
You know
Um,
I'm not in My Chemical Romance, right?
But you could be.
He
But-
wants
Yeah.
to
Oh
be.
man.
But look
No,
at
he
you.
wishes.
You want to be. Look how excited you got at the thought.
I'm being in that band.
You got so excited. I know you guys can't see right now, but Hastings got so excited.
No.
Yeah, you
You
can't.
did.
You
Look at
kind
you
of like
giggling.
can't
You're
get a
Playing
little
with your
permagrin
hair.
off.
Look at him. He's like
Yeah.
this. He's going, and
He's got a little
me walking
permagrin.
out on stage with like
No.
the lead singer guy, whatever his name is.
Maybe
no, I
me and
feel
Gerard
so
could
mean.
kiss.
You're allowed to like that band. Sure.
Yeah. Who's
Yeah.
your favorite band, Elouise?
I have a few. I have a broad taste in music. I think everyone thinks I only listen to like Mandy Moore or something, but I listen to like
Which is actually everyone thinks that I listen to a lot of stuff, but I just listen to Mandy
you just
Moore.
you're the
Yeah,
opposite. Yeah. See,
What's Mandy
I-
Moore's most famous song?
Mandy Moore, probably Candy.
Yeah, Candy.
Oh, is that
Yeah.
I'm Missing You Like Candy?
I'm missing you.
Yeah, that's a great
like
song.
Candy.
That's a banger.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
no good singing on the pod.
That wasn't even good. That was actually so bad.
That was
I-
really not
I-
even
Guys, that was
trying.
so bad. I'm not even trying.
I heard you like sing properly at the Opera House the other day and was like, fuck off.
Oh
Like-
yeah, when I
like-
was pretending to sing the
No,
national
but I'm just
anthem.
like, how? Oh, you don't get everything.
No, I don't. That's the thing. I don't get everything. It's a bit sad, but it's okay.
But you can sing.
Well, yeah, I'm a trained singer since I was a little girl.
Can I tell you my favorite Elouise story?
What?
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I will need your help in this. Because
Okay,
I
but what happened?
I forget
He's
the
about to
one.
tell us.
Yeah.
Sorry, I get really scared when someone's
You
like,
don't
"It's a
know how
story
stories
about you," and I'm like,
work.
"What is me?" But I'm in it. But like, don't I know?
Yeah.
Hear it and then you'll know.
Yeah.
Okay, Hastings, you have to yell at me like I'm your wife.
Get the disrespect bong again.
It's funny that you think he's the one doing the yelling.
Yeah, I know. I'm such a wog. I'm like, stop yelling at me, you asshole, and while I'm screaming.
No. I
Yvette,
mean,
fire up that my
she's the
wife
one
just
yelling
yelled at me,
him.
Bong.
Yeah, true. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. I totally get what you mean now. I totally get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, tell the story.
My favorite. I will need your help in
Okay.
this when the
Oh
time
no, I'm so
comes.
scared. But here we go.
You keep looking at me. Does
No,
this
no,
involve
I don't.
me?
I don't think either.
we
was-
were in a story and we don't even know it.
Yeah, I don't. I know.
Rosie and I are like,
You
what?
and there almost certainly, like
Okay.
because you'll know. We were at UTS doing
Okay,
comedy,
yeah,
and we. It was like a bad night. Like it wasn't that.
Yeah, it was
good.
UTS.
Yeah. Well, they fired us now, so fuck them. They
Rose,
run
how would you
shit.
know you
Did
never
they
went? So
fire
pretty-
you?
I went
Yeah.
like twice.
Whatever. Fuck
They,
them.
they suck, and the room sucks, and don't go to any new iteration of it.
Yeah. No, I will never.
And
But happy
Boycott
endings is
that.
great.
I-
We love happy endings.
let's not conflate rooms with rooms.
Hey, I
but-
just said that
yeah,
out of
yeah.
nowhere. It was a complete
I
non sequitur.
But,
Totally fine with not
Rose
having
is crazy
UTS.
like that.
But Elouise was on, and Elouise likes to, when she does comedy, she likes to do her whole Elouise thing where she talks about being like
You play a
know-
character.
Yeah, she
Sometimes,
plays
yeah, I
character
play a
where
little
she's
persona.
like where like she's more attractive and more like worldly and has been around and knows like everything.
Yeah.
and
It's like an old Hollywood
smart, hot,
Yeah,
hot,
everything.
funny, like talented. I
The
could go
total
on.
package.
It's like if someone just won a
Hastings looked at me
Yeah.
like I was the worst person he's ever met.
yeah.
And I'm like, it's a persona. It's not my fault
Yeah.
if you think it's real.
It's like if someone
Because
just
you're such a good actor.
if someone just
Thank
won
you.
a golden
Proper
globe.
trained.
If someone just won a Golden Globe and then decided to do stand up in their acceptance speech, that
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you.
It's like
That's
that.
actually
That's
the
a great way
best
to put it.
description
Yeah.
of my
Yeah.
A
my
Hollywood
shtick.
starlet slumming it at an open mic.
Yes,
You've just been-
yes.
Yeah,
And
so
it's-
you've just been handed a microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
and you're
going,
just trying
yeah,
to
yeah.
bust it, and it's great. I love it.
Thank
and,
you.
Yeah,
like
very
this night
Thank
was
you.
like kind of muted and not going so well. And at one point, like Elouise was just trying to like get things going by like asking, like telling the crowd to ask questions. And like Elouise is like full in this character, which is like I own everything. Like I'm the fucking diva supreme.
You could
And
never
then-
fuck me.
Van-
And then no, I've remembered the detail now. I don't even need to consult.
You don't even
It's
need
great.
me. Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah.
God, wow, I feel
And
really
so like
famous.
it's going like pretty bad, and Elouise is, I wouldn't say floundering, but like kind of like reacting to the fact that they're not reacting. And eventually one of them pipes up and goes, "What's your favorite movie?" And she completely breaks character and goes, "Oh my God, it's Bend It Like Beckham." and then she spent like 2 minutes earnestly
Say
talking
breakfast
about
at Tiffany's
how
or something.
no, can I be honest?
Oh my god,
Like,
you've got to write that into your fucking
honestly,
show.
can I be honest? Like, I have because I studied film, so I have like a lot of films as like a favorite film. But
This is
I was
literally
like,
what you said to
on
the
the
audience
spot,
as
on
well.
the spot, I was going, guys, I studied film, and like this is a really hard question, like because it was going off my movie joke,
Yeah.
wasn't it, about the cinema?
Yeah.
And they're like, she just yelled it out. I didn't think I even asked her a question.
Oh, really?
think she
I
just
thought you were
yelled out,
saying to ask questions, but-
No, well,
yeah.
I was being a little like I'm pretty interactive in my set. I don't know if you've ever seen it, Hastings, but I'm really interactive in my set.
What does that even mean?
And I just love like pointing out.
yeah.
I'm like, just so you know, like, no, you've seen my set. I'm joking. I just, you know,
Yeah.
Rosie and Jamie obviously huge fans of me. And I just want you to be on the same page. Anyway, I'm joking. I like said I was like panicking because I was going, what movie can I say? This is like the hardest question for me. And I just yelled. I just went, Bend It Like Beckham. Like, because it's an amazing film, and I earnestly was talking about it like that,
Yeah.
and I really wanted to be Indian for so long after seeing that movie.
Yeah, and that's what she said as well. It was so vulnerable. She's like, all I want to be is
To a
Indian.
bunch of little work
Yeah.
uni students.
And
Yeah,
I was
but
like-
they loved it.
and I was
really?
like, I wanted to be
that-
Indian, and I
you turned them. It was like Bill Burr and Philly.
yeah, basically. And I also was like, oh, that was the film that made me play. I started playing soccer after I saw that film.
Yeah.
All right.
I played
And-
till I was like, what?
Not the Euro
22?
2008 win.
No, that was
didn't get you
before
going?
that. Before that, that
Oh,
did
oh,
get
yeah, it
me
would've been
going.
before that.
That
Yeah, yeah.
did get me going. Don't worry. I was in Greece when we won the Euro.
Oh, really?
I was there.
That would've been
2004.
wild.
That
It was
a low
wild.
point. They were playing very bad football, very negative defensive
Who
football.
did they
was
beat?
it?
Yeah.
They beat Portugal.
They beat Portugal.
It was
Right.
wild.
Now.
But yeah, Bend It Like Beckham is an amazing film. Grinta Chada is a great director. And if you don't believe me, well, fuck you. Okay?
It-
and so
it
many other
literally
films.
turned the night. Like everyone was just like, Oh.
Everyone
and then
went,
everyone
"What?"
did quite well after that.
Fuck yeah.
While Elouise was just strutting around being like, I want to
saved
be
the gig.
Indian.
Yeah.
Bend it like Beckham, save the gig.
But I literally yelled it out like almost so. I was so like, oh, better like Beckham.
Well, it was quite fast. Like you weren't, because you was just saying then that like you were thinking about it, but the way it came out was like they
first
were
thing
like,
that came to my
yeah.
head.
Well, then we're like, what's your favorite movie? And you went Bend It Like Beckham, and then there was like a bit where like your face. Like the mask dropped a little, and you're like, "Oh, I just said Bend It Like Beckham," like
Yeah.
when I should have like said.
I should have said
Breakfast at
what?
Tiffany's.
Yeah.
No, Breakfast at Tiffany's. You can't even say that anymore. Even
Yeah.
though I love
Oh,
like
no, I
Edwards
mean like
films.
in character. Like you would have.
Oh, Breakfast at Tiffany's is a great film. I love
Yeah.
like Edwards films, but also a lot of racist characters in them. I love The
right.
Party, one of my favorite films, but Peter Sellers played an Indian man on it.
Yeah, I
Oh,
hate
yeah.
Breakfast at Tiffany's except for Mickey Rooney.
Mickey Rooney in it. That's your favorite part?
Yeah,
He's so
absolutely.
That was my
Funny.
parents'
It's
wedding
deft.
song. Is
It's got a
Moon
deft
River.
touch.
Moon River was my parents' wedding song, so I
Well,
do.
this is supposed to be a movie podcast, so let's get started.
Should we get into it?
Yeah, welcome
do
to
it.
We'll Just Tell Your Mother. We added all the podcasts about teen sex comedies and things thereabouts. This week we are doing Legally Blonde. It's a 2001 American comedy film based on Amanda Brown's novel of the same name. It was directed by Robert Luketich, scripted by Karen McCullough Lutz and Kirsten Smith, and stars Reese Witherspoon, Luke Wilson, Selma Blair, Matthew Davis, Victor Garber, and Jennifer Coolidge. The film tells the story of Elle Woods, a sorority girl who attempts to win her ex-boyfriend back by getting a Juris Doctorate degree. The title is a pun on the term legally blind, and we are joined by Elouise Eftos. Hello, how are you
Hello,
going?
miss you.
We should have done Bend It Like Beckham.
Yeah, we should have after all that.
That
No,
only
true,
just
after all
occurred.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we can get Elouise
I'll
back
come
on.
back.
That's
Yeah, we can
true.
get you
I know that I'm like really busy, but I'll come back.
Hastings is pretty
Hastings busy as
too.
well.
You're really
Yeah,
busy,
he's
aren't
busy.
you?
I had to squeeze this in between appointments.
Going to My
That's what you
Chemical
call it
Romance
now.
fan club appointments.
Yeah, man, we have meetings.
Yeah, cute.
Yeah.
That's nice. But Legally Blonde, I miss it. I
What do
love it.
we reckon?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah,
Oh, I
but
love it.
it's such a great film.
I quite enjoyed it.
I think this is
Hastings' face
Seems like Hastings didn't
looks
like
dead
it.
No, I
behind
did.
the
I really
eyes.
liked
Ah.
it.
yeah. This is
Well,
a
say it.
It seems like you've
Just
been.
there was someone else talking.
this is a real comfort.
There's four of us here. I'm trying to,
Oh,
give
you're
space for conversation.
oh, nah. See, I don't do that.
This is a real comfort movie for me.
Yes,
It's just very easy to
So
watch,
easy
sit there
to
and
watch.
enjoy.
and also,
Love
did you like sort of watch it at first and then realize, wow, this is actually quite a. I kind of watched it when I was younger, being like, oh, this is a fun movie, and then you watch it when you're a bit older, and you go, this is actually quite, liberating,
Yeah.
and it actually says quite a beautiful message.
The end's pretty homophobic.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's like it is. Like, it's. I
Oh,
agree
that
with all the
honestly
things.
dated.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
dated.
That's the
those
thing.
parts.
I agree with all the so like my big critique is like obviously all that like
But having
it's a
said
pretty
that-
cool empowering thing, but let's not like pretend it's this like perfectly woke movie.
Of course,
it's
but at
not
the same
perfectly woke.
time,
But
also
also,
made in
as far as, like,
2001.
Yeah, like I like it.
As
Like,
far
I'm,
as
I'm a fan.
movies-
Like I don't give a
Yeah.
shit.
As
Like,
far, as far as homophobia in movies from this era
Oh,
goes,
it's fine.
pretty fucking tame.
yeah,
Oh, I
it's
was gonna
pretty
say-
tame. But
Yeah.
it's like my thing is like people act as if it's this like it's parts of it have carried across very well and parts of it haven't, and that's so okay. But like, yeah, it's like it's the way some people talk about it. It's like, all right, settle down. Like,
Oh, of course, but it's I think for the time
Oh, it's
and
great.
for what it like, I don't know. It's
hilarious,
It's
too.
such a funny movie.
Are you doing an anti-feminist reading on this movie?
No, not at all.
Hastings?
No, just sort of there is like a little homophobic.
I called
part
them all
near
homophobes
the
for
end.
liking it.
Well, because it's just at the end,
Wait, what's
obviously
homophobic
quite
about it?
dated.
It's like kind of homophobic.
What part?
Isn't the way she knows that the guy is guilty because he knows about?
He knows
Oh no,
that
that's
this-
like in the middle because he knows
whatever.
too much about shoes.
yeah. They're
Look,
like,
I
she
fell
What's
goes,
asleep.
homophobic about that?
what
I
do
fell
you
asleep
mean?
watching it this time through. I've seen it before, but I did.
Yeah.
I was just tired. I'd been,
So we hate you.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Me and Yaz have been working on a project, and
Oh, you mean smoking cones?
we'd had a uni assignment.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
No,
Are
that's
you
okay.
stealing a bit from the
No,
mug
it's
off
a
now?
cross podcast. I'm the opposite. I'm quoting his. I'm doing the good version.
Oh, I see.
What?
It's the bits.
I don't know
weird
what's going on
Yeah, me
anymore.
neither.
So I'm saying I'm promoting the mug off. Listen to the mug off.
Oh god.
Oh, maybe if I have time.
Fuck yeah.
I'll see how I go.
They're all pretty nice, I guess.
I guess.
yeah.
But I love this movie. I didn't get to rewatch the whole thing, but I just refreshed my memory with like clips of it.
I believe that you'd seen it before.
Oh, so many times.
I
I
believe
watched
that you've seen
so-
it a few times.
I've listened to the commentary. I had it on DVD. I had listened to the commentary. I was
Have you
behind
seen the
scenes.
musical
What kind
version
of
of it?
loser
Yes, I
would listen to
have.
someone talk
I-
about a
What
movie?
was it like? Because I heard it wasn't well received.
The music, I feel like it was, but I don't know. It depends on what some people think. I think it's quite. It was quite accurate, the musical version, as in it played like a nice homage to the film. There was a lot of accurate things. Like there's a song called like
The Bend and Snap.
The Bend and Snap, which is obviously there's a song called Oh My God. Like it opens with a song that goes oh my God, you guys did it. It's like I know some of the songs because I'm a bit of a nerd, but I know. Spoiler alert. I'm actually not a bitch in real life.
No one said
nerd.
Why do you
I
keep
feel like-
looking at me when
Do you know
you say
what's an
What
odd
do you
thing?
think it?
I'm a big fan of yours, Elouise.
I know.
You know,
It's
Um,
so funny
but there's
having a
something-
super confident version of Andrew Hastings on the podcast. It was like, no one's saying you're not saying anything negative about me, but it just is funny instead of really defensive.
But no, the musical. I would love to be in that musical. I think it'd be fun. But
I'd love to be in any musical.
Any musical. But yeah, I think that it did really well. I think the second movie was cute. But
I actually haven't seen the second movie.
the second movie was kind of cute, but not as good as the first. Like it's so. I don't know. It's amazing rewatching it and going, oh my God, this is like just about a sorority girl who literally gets into Harvard for a guy.
Is
Like
this pre or post Paris Hilton?
this is like
think
around that
during,
time.
right?
Yeah,
that's
what was this like?
It's clearly a product of
What did I
that
say,
time.
2003,
Yeah.
2004?
2000, I swear, 2001 to 2004, like in that area.
When did Paris rule the airwaves? When did that happen?
Around
When
then.
did A Night in Paris come out?
It was. I think
2003.
there was like a full year between that coming out and her really blowing up, though, right? It wasn't like
Yeah.
immediate.
Well, she was in
But
the-
she was never a sorority girl. She was just
No,
like
she was a socialite.
she was a socialite.
No, but I'm saying there was a popular movement of
Like the California,
Small Chihuahua, Dixie
yeah,
Blonde.
exactly.
There was a whole
exactly.
thing.
And it was a very much like the LA sorority girl.
the whole all the media about the Playboy Bunnies, success.
Yeah.
and he traded off Paris Hilton's success,
exactly.
like stuff like that.
And then
like,
when she dresses up as the party at the and goes to that party and she goes, oh my God, I love your outfit too. Except when I try and dress as a frigid bitch, I try not to look so constipated. And that's
Yeah.
my favorite line.
Yeah.
So good.
But when I said that to a woman at a party,
You got
I got
cancelled.
dragged out.
Oh, that's
Yeah, you didn't fit too well into the Playboy bunny costume
No,
either.
that's not true.
You
Yeah,
didn't look good.
my balls were hanging out.
oh, that's nice. That's
My
different.
balls.
No, but yeah. What else was really fun about this movie? Oh, he's really hot though, Warner. I forgot that he's really
Luke
hot.
Wilson.
No, Luke Wilson's Emmett. He's really hot too.
the guy from the Vampire Diaries.
I like Luke
never
Wilson
watched that
because he's in
show.
Wes
Great.
Anderson movies.
But I
Luke
love
Wilson, the more interesting Wilson brother.
I like them both.
I like them both. Yeah,
I know. I
I'm
feel
a
like
Wes
he's
Anderson
better.
fan. Like,
Luke is like something about him. Don't you reckon?
Yeah.
There's
Luke's-
something about him.
Owen Wilson's a bit more obviously goofy, funny.
Yeah, and he's
But I don't
sort
think
of.
one's better than the other. They're just different skill sets.
Yeah.
They're different. There's three of them. There's an older brother as well.
Yeah, no one
that's right,
cares
yeah.
about him.
His
though.
name I can't remember, but yeah, a bit cute.
I believe he's in a Wes Anderson film as well,
Yeah,
Would not
he's-
surprise
like
me.
Bottle Rocket or something.
Yes,
maybe.
yes. That's the one.
That's like the first one.
I've seen Cinema. Yeah, that is the first one.
I'm really impressed.
I rewatched Rushmore the other day. We should do Rushmore for the pod. It's so good.
Rushmore is
Rushmore's
such a good
such
film.
a good movie.
Yeah, I
Hey,
like Rushmore.
I rewatched it. It's fucking one of my favorite
I
comedies.
love that. Is actually really good. I should have said
I wrote-
Rushmore that night.
that bit
Damn
where he
it.
yells, "I wrote." He's at dinner and he goes, "I wrote a hit play." That
Yeah.
reminds me of me so much.
Yes.
Oh my
yeah.
God.
Yeah.
That's. I remember studying the opening sequence. You know when he's sort of getting all the. I don't know. He's like president of this club.
Yeah,
and
yeah, the montage of all these extracurricular
And I was in
stuff.
high school, and when it came on, my media teacher was like, "Hey, it's Elouise." And I remember everyone burst into laughter, and I was like,
Yeah,
"Fuck
yeah.
you!"
Miss you.
I was like,
Your teacher
treat.
slammed you
Yeah.
in front of the class?
I think because I was like, "Oh, I was arts captain. I was one of those."
Your
So-
school had an arts captain.
I was arts captain. Yeah.
Man,
I went
it's
to an
so
all
crazy.
private girls.
We
school.
should have done election because it sounds
Yeah.
like Eloise
Well,
has Tracy,
election
Tracy
was-
Flick. Oh my God, yeah. But
Election
I would
was
never
one of the ones
fuck a teacher.
that
I did
you
say election.
suggested, but we couldn't find it.
Yeah, election's hard, and I haven't watched that as much as Legally Blonde, but
Mm.
great Reese Witherspoon performances in both.
Did you just say
Yeah.
you'd never fuck a teacher?
I would never, while I was a student.
Oh, okay. I was going to make a joke at Jamie's expense, but
Oh, no.
his wife's a teacher.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
and I have had sex with her.
Man, that's
Really?
so sick.
Prove it. No, I'm kidding.
That's cool.
Okay.
That's cool, and I believe you, man.
Thank you.
I know, that's really
Finally.
cool.
Yeah.
Believe
I
Jewish
believe it.
comedians,
I absolutely
please.
believe it.
Oh my God. Also, Raquel Welch is in this movie, and I keep forgetting she's like.
What?
Raquel Welch. Love her. Do you guys know who that is?
Yeah,
Yes,
I know her
who
from
it is. I
Seinfeld.
didn't
Which
realize
character-
she was in the movie.
She plays the mum of Chutney. She plays the
Really?
ex-wife.
Fuck, I didn't know that.
She is still stunning, and you're like, what? I hate you.
Oh, right. I didn't notice because she's got all the
Yeah.
shit on her face.
I
Yeah.
know. Oh yeah, then
Oh,
she's in the courtroom and
yeah.
she's like the bone structure, and she's like, that's
Oh,
her.
yeah.
She's so.
The cast
There
is
you go.
very good in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Jennifer Coolidge is great.
I love her.
And I
She's
love
good in
Victor Garber as well. He's a great actor.
We should have gotten a lawyer on to talk about this one.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Are you
Why
a lawyer?
doing this in
I
front
wanted
of-
to be a lawyer.
Yeah, me too.
I wanted to be one, and then I was like, I'd rather play one in a movie.
Speaking of that, we should get Kate Johnson.
That's
on.
it.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
would
we
be
could
great.
go.
I reckon I could have been a good lawyer, but
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you've
I-
got the charisma needed to win the case.
That's only.
that's why Legally Blonde made me kind of want to do law.
That's only
Yeah.
also only
Objection.
trial.
Famous.
Objection.
Also-
I'm famous.
That's more like trial lawyers, I think, which is like a pretty small percentage of lawyers. But like,
yeah,
Mm.
but I would be.
Most lawyers, I
I've
think,
done that.
like file a lot. Like, I think it's more that kind of.
Yeah.
vibe.
Yeah, it's a lot of paperwork.
A lot of clerking.
We've seen
Yeah.
a lot of Ali Larter lately on this podcast.
Yeah.
Yes, she's great. She's only
Man.
25 in this movie.
Really?
Which makes me feel sick.
Shit, how young
I'm
was she in all the
27.
other movies we've been
Well,
watching?
she was like in Varsity Blues. She was supposed to be 17.
She would have been
Yeah.
younger,
Yeah,
20
so it would have
something.
been like a couple of years before, maybe,
Mm.
or maybe around the same time. Actually,
They were all so
Yeah.
She was in
young.
like Final Destination.
Turn of the century, baby.
Yeah.
She's gorgeous. I can't believe how young she was in that movie. It makes
Yeah.
me so scared. I'm like, but I'm 27.
You're doing gigs with Hastings.
True.
I
Yeah.
feel like
No.
these days, like, there's more room to get famous later.
Yeah, I think it's like a bit,
I think
And-
you know,
like,
and even younger as well.
I feel like
Yeah.
in comedy, like, more people probably get famous like late 20s, early 30s than they do early 20s.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's because it's a skill that takes a long time to get good at, and you can't start doing it till you're an adult, pretty much.
Yeah.
True.
I
Yeah.
think
people start acting when they're 6. Like,
Yeah,
it's-
but they
Yeah.
can. But can you imagine?
But
doing
everything-
that?
no, like most like as in like
No, totally.
you like go to acting school as a kid.
Yeah, you can.
And by the time you're 15, you've been doing it for 10
Exactly.
years. As opposed to like I started comedy when I was 20, and I was kind of like 20, 21, and I was like
Yeah.
kind of early. Like
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. 21, I started. Yeah.
I think everything's kind of been aged up now, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Well,
if you look at like
It's not.
That
like-
also could just be the
I think-
media you're consuming because you yourself are older.
But aren't we also like even kind of
Ooh.
evolving so that women can get pregnant later with less risk?
True. That is
Evolution
a
takes way
thing.
longer than that to happen. I think medicine's evolving for that to happen.
Yeah, that's probably-
like that's a-
Exactly. But also,
That's
it's
probably
also
what
the
I-
like
Yeah,
like
like,
sign of the
actually meant
times.
somewhere in
Like
my brain.
people aren't getting married at 19.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know.
because of medicine,
Yeah.
we don't need to do that so early.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I view it far less scientifically. I view it on like sitcom rules where like in the 90s
Oh,
say
yeah,
like
yeah. That's how
when,
I look at
well,
it,
when
yeah.
Friends started they were like 25. And so
Yeah.
it was like, a slice of
Yeah.
life of young adults. And then, like, if you look now, like, one of the bigger sitcoms of the last 10 years would have been, like, New Girl or How I Met Your Mother,
like,
where they
yeah,
were,
yeah.
like,
Mm.
late 20s, early 30s at the very start, being
Yeah.
like, we're so young. We
Yeah.
love going out all the time.
Yeah.
I
and
wish
it's
I
also
could. I wish I
different.
could remember the name of this Twitter account, but it just reminded me of like one of the funniest tweets. I don't know. It just something about it tickles me. They said like the show is called Friends, but the way they speak to each other, I'm starting to doubt it.
That was Andrew Hastings.
Aw.
No, it was not Andrew Hastings.
It was. Yeah,
it was one of those
Rosie, it
like.
definitely was not.
It wasn't. It was one of those like nameless, faceless.
I would
One of
love to
those.
just get one thing once.
You're fun.
But you've been busy.
Yeah,
You're
I've been
so
to-
busy.
Yeah.
what I was
This
going to say.
is going to be a good new running joke.
So
Oh, sorry. I should say we're recording live from the blast hole.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I have a theory on this one.
Yeah.
On this one for you, James. So I think I remember this because my mum said this to me when I was very young. That as you get older, you tend.
And she
to-
was also very young.
That's true, but
And then
she was just
kicked
saying.
you in the nuts and skateboard.
Yeah, not really relevant to the story.
But we haven't done that for a while.
Yeah, I don't even remember that bit when. It was years ago.
Bullshit, you don't remember how that bit
I
went.
don't.
I've seen you do that bit within a year.
I'm not getting this argument with you. I'm trying to make a genuine point about media. Okay, so what was I saying? So yeah, I think. So my parents said to me when they were young, I was asking about the music they liked, and they were like, "Well, as you get older, you actually start listening to bands that are kind of your own age. At some point, it's kind of swaps." And now that I've pointed out to me, I think that's true. Like you know, the new bands that I'm listening to are usually guys about my age or whatever. I think the same's probably true of like TV and movies and stuff.
I listen to a lot
And
of stuff of people who are younger than me.
See, I listen to a lot of stuff by people who are really, really old or dead.
We all listen to a lot of things, but I'm
This is
saying
true,
like
yeah.
broadly.
Okay, but
as you
I
know-
obviously have a better taste in music than you.
Yep.
you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. I do know what you mean.
My
Have you heard
Chemical
of Jimi
Romance.
Hendrix?
I have listened to
You
it.
heard of what have I been listening to?
My
lately?
Chemical Romance.
A lot of like
Jimi Hendrix.
disco.
Like,
I like
disco.
loved
Yeah,
Jimi
it's
Hendrix
so
when I was a
good.
kid.
The
My
best.
yeah, but like My Chemical
My
Romance
Chemical
is
Romance
more
songs than
listenable
Jimi-
than Jimi Hendrix.
Absolutely. And I
How
like
dare
Hendrix.
you?
I like Hendrix.
like,
and
No,
I agree with
I
you.
listen to a lot
I feel like
of.
we've brought this up on the podcast before, but I don't think I've ever really met anybody who actually sits down and like listens to Jimi Hendrix.
People
I
who
do.
like Bill Hicks.
I did when I was a
listened
kid.
I listened to
Like when I was a teenager, I was big into him.
my
never
spirit
knew
animal
anyone.
this year is the fox, and Foxy Lake. I have to
My
listen
lord.
to that now every time I'm not joking though,
Every
but
time you
Yeah,
no, but my
I just-
favorite. Well, I play guitar, and I used to be like, I want to play. I was obsessed. I had Led Zeppelin phase, like really hard rock, like 70s rock phase, and I was like really into Hendrix and
Jimmy Page is the
Jimmy
guitarist,
Page.
man.
I know
Who?
that is who. I know that. Don't worry. Robert
You said-
Plant's the lead singer.
You just
okay.
said Led
Yeah,
Zeppelin.
don't
as if it were-
mansplain.
And then-
All right.
and then
Zeppelin.
Hendrix-
Do you know
That's
who
my
Pete
fucking-
Townsend is, babe?
I'm
Ridiculous.
screaming. I'm going. Hey, just shut up.
So what I was saying, Jamie, was I think people tend to enjoy media for people who are at least designed for the people their age group that
Yeah.
it is made for. With the sort of like the permanent infantilization.
I'm so far from knowing what the point of this is.
No, I'm getting it.
If
I
you
get what
listened
you
to
mean,
it,
but no, I get what you
so
mean.
I think because people are staying younger longer, that means media is being catered for people a little older now. So I think sitcoms are more likely to be made for people in their early 30s because more people in their early 30s are watching sitcoms than they were 15 years ago.
I think as
But-
well things have like you can't.
It's probably something to do with the people writing it as well.
Yeah.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
also, I think like the age that people, what
saying
really
there's one
scared
factor.
me is like when I found out that. Sorry, my music taste is so broad. That Britney Spears and Christina
Jesus.
Aguilera were so young when they when Stripped came out, that album.
Oh, yeah, we were talking about that. the other
Yeah,
day,
Christina Aguilera was 21 years old when that album came out.
Yeah.
She was a baby, basically.
And she'd already
that-
done a reinvention.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a reinvention. And then she did another reinvention at 20. She was like 24, 25.
Yeah.
And she had a baby and everything. And you go, but how old I was at the time, I was like, oh, she must be 30. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's just
Yeah,
weird.
yeah, of
You
course.
look at that now and
Absolutely.
you're like, oh, I can't. When I read that,
Yeah.
Hallie was 25 and the girl who played Chutney, what's her name, Vanessa, something in the movie, they're a year apart.
All the
Um,
new hip hop guys are all super, super young.
Yeah.
They're all like
Yeah.
19
Exactly.
and 20, and then they die when they're 21.
Exactly.
But, like,
I know.
yeah.
It's
Yeah,
really
it's
hip hop's
terrifying.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like that, like I love
That's
it.
true. Hip hop is pretty cool.
Whatever. I went to Wu Tang, okay, at the Opera House by myself.
I saw Wu-Tang Clan. Live.
I went by myself.
I
Who'd you
saw-
go with?
I saw them in New York like 9 years
Okay,
ago.
that's even cooler. I went by myself at the Opera House and I bought tickets like just before they went on for $50.
That's pretty
Fuck.
good. The tickets were probably
They were
plenty more than
$200
that.
something dollars.
Jesus fucking
And I
Christ.
was like, there was this lovely gay couple and they had 2 tickets and I got them for $50 each. And I was like, no one came to get the other ticket. And they did. I wasn't lying.
Yeah.
And they were like, hey, Merry Christmas. Here's a $50 ticket.
That's great. That's so good.
See, that's just my life. But anyway, back to the movie.
Here's I have 2 points.
Yeah.
The first one's not that interesting, but like just a casting thing that threw me was like one of her best friends at the start is
Yes.
like the really angry crotchety girl from Waiting.
As in,
Oh, yeah.
what's her name? She's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my,
fuck.
what's her name?
Oh,
She's in
I'd have it-
everything.
I'd have
She's
it-
done like over 100. Like, she'd been.
like
like a character
These
actor.
are like the only 2 things I've ever seen her in.
Wait, are you blonde or the brunette? The brunette's like an
Brunette,
amazing
her
character
name,
actor.
Her name is Alana Uba.
Yes, she's in everything.
Yeah, I've only seen her in these 2 things. But just because this couldn't be any further from the character she plays in Waiting, it really threw me.
What about the Brady Bunch movie? She's in that as well.
Is she really?
She's the like lesbian best friend of Marsha.
I haven't seen that for so
Oh
long.
my gosh, that movie made me laugh so much. I want to
Yeah.
rewatch it.
I would like to rewatch
Yeah, I
that.
liked it a lot when I was a kid.
I
Yeah.
love it. It's so funny.
I'd like to
movie
rewatch
is
it.
this?
The
Brady
Brady
Bunch.
The Brady Bunch, but
Oh,
like
I
the
love the Brady
1999
Bunch
one.
movie.
Yeah. And the other point was like so many of these movies that we watch where it's all about female empowerment, written by a man.
Yeah, it's always. Oh my gosh,
They're
Charlie.
always written by a man.
We write
Oh.
good movies.
We know women.
We know women.
Who
and-
better
Yeah.
to speak to the female experience other than
to speak to the woman experience.
Experience.
Yeah.
Well, that's like Charlie's
like the
Angels
Jimi
when I
Hendrix
Hendrix
rewatched
experience,
it.
but it's the
Yeah,
woman
that's how-
experience.
Yeah,
Experience.
let's start that. There's the guitars here. Let's just start.
Yeah.
All right.
No, I found that with Charlie's Angels. I realized I was like, oh, it was written by 3 men. The first one,
Right.
with Cameron Diaz and Drew Barrymore and
Did
Lucy
you
Liu.
see the new one?
No, fuck that shit.
I saw it.
I would never. I couldn't see it. I'd feel. Was it bad?
It wasn't a good movie, but it was entertaining. I also
Yeah.
went because my friend had free tickets.
Why- see, I'd only go for free.
Why couldn't you see?
I can't go and see.
Busy.
I know that I'm saying that the other one was had aged a bit, but it was because like 3 men wrote it. But still a great film. But I was like, don't remake it, and also don't even make it good. Like, just go away. Don't remake it at all unless you're gonna make it really good.
Yeah, it was
Otherwise-
it wasn't good. It was like it was a romp.
Yeah, of course.
But also, like, I was just sitting there having a perv on
of course.
Kirsten Stewart the whole time.
I hate her so much though.
Kristen
I like
Stewart.
her.
Terrible
She's
actress. Terrible actress.
No, she's got.
No, I think
What,
she's
you know
alright.
what? All the best. to you
Personal
all.
shopper. Have you seen Personal Shopper?
No, but I know that I need to see that
Yeah.
because apparently she's amazing in that.
She's great in Adventureland too.
Yeah, that's
which is
good.
a
Yeah,
movie
she's
we
good
should
in
absolutely do for that.
I agree.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
I agree with that.
Hate her.
You won't come back.
I'm
for
sorry.
that
I just
episode.
like this is her acting in Twilight. Oh, like
Yeah,
but Twilight's
Oh,
sucks.
Twilight's
everyone's
terrible.
bad
Like-
in that movie
I
because
hate.
it's
I only
terribly
saw
directed.
it. I remember seeing that with friends because we thought it would be funny and we were making jokes the whole time.
Yeah, it's,
And a
it's just
friend-
bad.
Like a girl's boyfriend turned around and like told us off. Like she would have gone, tell those girls off behind us. And I was like, you pussy whipped piece of shit. Fuck off. Like
Making
don't tell
fun
us.
of
He probably
my
turned around and
Edward.
looked at you and went like, could you be quiet?
Yeah, he was like that. And we were like, piss off.
Are you doing that? The guy's nervous, or that he's
The guy's
coming
horny.
in
He's
his
nervous.
pants?
Oh, I thought you were doing
Both.
horny, and I was like, this is
Yeah,
weird.
like,
Like,
this is- yeah.
No, I
I was like, this is odd, dude.
Rosie is such a good actress that you're
Thank you.
you're doing.
It's up
It's
to
a
interpretation.
multifaceted. It's like
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
there's layers in that character.
People can interpret it. You know?
Yeah, see, and I
beautiful.
love that we all had a different interpretation.
Yeah.
If anyone ever interpreted anything I made incorrectly, I would be furious.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
true.
pretty one-dimensional though. So
That's true.
Oh, it's pretty easy. Don't worry, we can read you.
Yeah.
I'm an
Don't
open
worry.
book.
was that a read?
What,
I'm
was
reading you. I was like, I love that.
what you're going for is always quite clear, I think.
Yeah. Yep, that
You're
is
right.
true.
I guess in acting, you'd be like you live on the surface, right? Like you're
Yeah.
constantly bubbling through.
I'm one step closer to the edge, and I'm
And I'm
about to
about to
break.
I thought that's where you were going.
Oh
I'm
my
always
gosh.
right on the fucking edge, dude.
I wonder how method Reese Witherspoon. I'd read that she like
She
did
did a
hang
lot.
out with. No, she went to Harvard for a day, and she apparently
I heard
was
4 years.
with a week spent a week with like in a sorority to see what they were like.
Andrew
And
Hastings does
She's
that
a
for
fantastic actor.
I
like,
think she's
Yeah.
fantastic.
I just go over
her
one
perf-
night, then stay another 6.
her performance is really good in this.
Yeah, I think it's great.
It makes it a lot better.
It makes it enjoyable because you're like, she's so fun, and you really actually feel for her.
Oh, she's so likable.
I know.
Yeah, if the cast wasn't the cast in this, it would be a pretty basic bitch movie.
Oh,
Yeah,
some of the
yeah.
people I read who they were like gonna get in, and I was like, no.
Who?
Yeah, weren't they looking at somebody else
Jennifer
to play the
Love
lead
Hewitt,
role?
apparently. I was
She's
going,
not even blonde.
I know. I was
Yeah.
like, get out. Apparently, who else? Oh, Charlize Theron, and
Oh yeah.
but
I
she's
read that
Theron
one.
would've
she's
been
gorgeous,
interesting.
but like, I don't
But-
know if she could play that character like
Yeah.
that. Reese Witherspoon was like, that was the role. I reckon that was the role that like made her even bigger than
Yeah.
Ben-Hur, because she was.
She
I'm
wouldn't-
so old for saying that. Little bigger than Ben-Hur.
She wouldn't have been in too much before this.
She was in
right?
like Cruel Intentions. Was like
Oh yeah.
she was like
Fear.
a child actor because she was in stuff when she was really young,
Oh yeah.
and then
We're doing
Cruel
Selma
Inten-
Blair, right?
No, Reese. Are you listening?
Because Selma Blair was in
She
this,
was
and
in
she's
both.
also in
They
Cruel
Yeah,
were
they were
both
both
in
in that
both.
together.
Yeah, right.
But
Oh
she,
yeah, of course, Reese was in Cruel Intentions.
And then what else was Cruel? I think that this was
Was
and then
Election
was
before this?
before this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Election, Fear. She was like
she was
had
doing
good
a lot.
career
But this is,
before
I think, the one that kind of like
this
That made
this
her-
is like her
this
lead
mainstreamed
role.
her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
catapulted her into superstardom.
Yeah.
Can we talk about Selma Blair for a second? Though?
Yeah, of
Yes.
course we can.
Big,
We
listeners of the pod. would
well
know.
catalogued.
Do you love?
I'm a big
Selma?
Selma Blair fan.
This
What do you
actress.
think of her in this?
She's not looking great in this, which is intentional, obviously.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean the
she's
vibe's
like-
still there though.
She's the preppy Harvard.
Yeah,
Harvard
I would
girl.
probably willingly drown myself in her pussy.
Oh.
Probably.
willingly. I love the way you said that. Like
Willingly,
I
huh?
probably
Yeah,
would.
first.
You sort of said probably like weren't too sure.
Man, should we get in touch with her publicist to see if we can hook something up?
Yeah, do you want me to? I'll DM it.
Yeah.
now.
Suicide
Yeah.
pussy.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, I like Selma Blair.
She's great. I think she's good in this, but she's obviously the villain. Like,
Do you like the?
she has the turn. Like the guy ends up being the villain.
He is
I didn't
the
like that
villain.
part.
She does.
Well, both the boss
Men are
and the
never the
boyfriend.
Yes, yeah, and I love that happens in this. That's another great thing that happens in this film because it's usually women shitting on other women.
Yeah,
And then
that's also
'cause
true in
it
the
says
videos
they're
I
now
watch.
Best friends.
Yeah.
So like,
Hey, whoa,
Redemption
hey,
story.
I heard that.
This is my job on the podcast.
Is it?
He's the bad guy.
I'm the-
Oh, that's a little Billie Eilish. That would be cute.
Riff.
Yes,
gosh.
king.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, baby.
But also in her contract, like Reese Witherspoon got to keep all of her costumes.
Yeah.
That is
great.
means that you've like made it.
Yeah.
If you can put that in your contract,
Pretty sure it's in my Powerbomb contract that I get a free
Also,
shirt
the
every time we
costumes
do
in
a
this
shirt
are
order.
so good. Like
so amazing.
when she's like wearing that like sequin bra and the thing, watching them play
That's
football.
the
like,
best.
Oh, that's my dream to look like that.
Oh, so I
I
was
think the best scenes were the
so
scenes where Selma
obsessed.
Blair looked surly.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to ask you. Is your whole interest in Selma Blair that like she'd look so disinterested when kissing you or beating you off or something? She'd be like, "I guess this is okay."
So
I
that's
think
why
it's
you're
the
into
fact
it.
that she's sexy in spite of that. I think that's the appeal.
I think that you think that makes her sexy.
No, because I think she's sexier in The Sweetest Thing and Cruel Intentions, where she's not playing a bitch.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
I feel like
because
also-
this is also well documented on the podcast. Is you like it when they're dumb and
They're
innocent.
dumb and innocent.
Just
very
in
young.
movies,
Whoa.
Just as like, I think it's just an
don't
interesting
know.
aesthetic choice. I'm not proud of it. It's just something that
she
keeps
is-
coming up.
This is actually the first time that I watched her in a
Yeah.
film and I was like, oh, she's actually a good actor a little bit.
Yeah, it turns out I
Because in-
still want to fuck her
Because
when
in
I
Cruel
respect her.
Intentions, she's so annoying
Yeah.
as that
Oh, I
character.
loved her in Cruel
Of course you
Intentions.
did. Of course you did.
That was how
Really
she got
incredible.
cast in Cruel Intentions.
Yeah.
Was like she was annoying in the audition.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's the thing. You almost watch her and you're like, God, you're annoying and not like you're supposed to play young, but you're playing annoying.
Yeah.
But at the same time, she was, good enough in it.
Speaking of women whose pussies I would drown in,
Yeah.
Haley
God.
Williams is releasing solo music.
Oh, yeah,
like
I
in like
heard.
a week or
It's
two.
going to be great.
We still don't know what genre it is. My theory is it's going to be country.
Paramore,
No, it's going
Haley
to be
Williams?
pure pop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's wearing
Do you
a
reckon Pure
Paramore
Pop?
t-shirt
Are you wearing
right
a Paramore? Oh, you really like Paramore?
Paramore's
too?
like my third favorite band.
You know what? They have some good songs.
They have a lot of good songs.
I've only listened to like 2, but they've got some good
'Cause you've been
songs.
busy listening
I'm
to
so
other
busy.
stuff.
I listen to
Spotify
like
playlist.
Jimi
is some of my
Hendrix.
favorites.
Jimi Hendrix.
Hastings is going to
and-
make you a
Do
mixtape.
you avoid the Floyd or do you listen to Pink
I love Pink Floyd.
Oh,
I
there you go.
love a lot of disco, but listen to a lot of like Bobby Thurston. A lot of do you guys know who that is? Yeah, see, I'm really like
Hastings,
I'm really into cool music.
Hastings beat Bobby Thurston for that Haley Williams.
Absolutely.
Paramore.
I reckon she's going to do a country album.
I reckon it's
Do
going to
you
be pure
think?
pop.
She's like got a country background and
Does
she's from
she?
Tennessee.
I think
would-
she has a
So-
great voice. She's got an
No, she's from
amazing
Nashville.
voice.
She's from
She's
Nashville.
the voice of a god.
She's like got
I
my
think
favorite voice.
She's
Like,
incredible. What's the
Haley Williams is her name.
I know her name's that, but what's that song? I know her name's that.
Fuck,
is it
Andrew.
like
Jimmy Page.
I'm gonna say all like the ones that'll be like the top tracks on Spotify.
So, like,
you'll
Misery
think,
Business,
yeah, great song. That one's a really good song.
Oh, that one does not.
Decode.
Dave.
The only
No, it
exception.
doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't. But it's the only exception.
It's a great song.
I think she sounds really
Decode.
good. I didn't
Still
listen
into
to those.
you.
Ain't it
Ain't it fun?
I only know-
These
Ain't
are
It
like the
Fun,
5
yeah.
biggest hits. These are all massive.
Yeah, see, I
like,
only listen
charting
to those
mainstream.
ones.
Crush,
but
crush.
good on
That's
her,
the more
great
obscure, but great
voice.
song.
You know what's actually really good about this movie? The soundtrack.
Yeah.
It's like vintage, like Black Eyed Peas, that magic with like it's got a little the sample from the Police, and then also Perfect Day.
was
That
gonna-
song.
Yeah.
I
I
made a
was-
video clip to that in year 9.
I was
Oh, really?
crushing
For high school.
last night with the vet. When we were
What did you
watching
do
the
in
movie.
it?
we just like had a perfect day. We filmed us in the city.
Oh my God.
We
I
it was
can't-
so
like,
like a
that is-
14-year-old's making a video clip and like putting the tripod in the middle of the city and like time lapsing.
I've
us,
never
like,
been less
dancing.
surprised by anything you've said.
Yeah, see? It was like I was having a sleepover and there's a pillow fight. Oh, no, I know. Sorry to get you all excited.
I'm
but
okay.
I was only 14.
You're in year 9.
I was only 14, so stop.
She
That's
was
why I'm
only
okay.
14.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
so I was on the couch watching this movie with the vet last night. The movie finished. The credits were rolling.
Yeah.
And you know when the song and the who wrote the songs come up at the end?
Yep.
While this is happening, the theme song for this movie, Perfect Day, is playing. First song that comes up is Perfect Day, blah, 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 blah. And Matt's been
Hoku.
half watching. The song is playing over it as it happens. She goes, Perfect Day, isn't that a Lou Reed song? Why was that in this movie? So I was
Is,
like...
is this the Saints?
yeah. So
Oh, that's called this perfect
So
day.
in
actually.
response, I was like, no, didn't you hear it before? It was like, it's such a perfect day, and it was crushing. I was the little mashup in my lounge room.
I love that. That's so nice.
Yeah.
But no,
But yeah, it was very funny because she was like, "Oh, I'm an idiot. I can hear the song right now."
Yeah, she goes, no.
silly wife.
Oh, she's
But
so
I'll let
silly.
my husband just be funny.
Anyway,
I'll just let him riff.
yeah,
anyone think that-
I made her fire up I just cucked my wife. Song.
Did anyone think that her speech at the end was too short?
Yeah.
It felt very short.
I assumed it was like kind of time lapsed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I watched that movie, though, I wanted more because I was just like, more speech. Like, I want more of
I
this.
know. I was
already-
You should go for another half an hour.
I was already so inspired.
No, because
I wanted to
that
be
was
more
that was
inspired.
made after. See, such a film buff. I know all the trivia. They have to film that after because the original ending was just.
Oh
the
yeah,
law-
she was
the-
in the UK.
She was in the
yeah,
UK
yeah.
filming. What was she filming? She was filming the importance of being earnest. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah.
And they had to add that on because apparently audiences didn't like that it just ended with her at the courtroom.
What about this one? The importance of being earnest goes to jail.
Yeah, time. Yeah.
That
Do you
good
want
one?
to hit it, Hastings?
All right. That'll probably do us for another week.
Oh.
We'll just tell you whether we had it all.
What are we on?
We're an
about
hour.
Oh,
an
we're
hour.
at an hour.
Yeah.
Baby, baby.
Time
You guys,
flies.
we've had the best time ever.
I think these have been 2 great eps in a row.
This has
Man.
been so fun.
Finally, we got 2 in a row that were good.
Who here?
Oh, we've done.
Is there ones that are bad and you don't put them on? I want to know.
No, we put
we've,
'em on.
we've never not released an episode.
Oh.
We lost one once, but it was actually a good episode.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. Anyway, does anyone have anything they'd like to plug?
Elouise?
Elouise?
Actually, well, I'm just going to be at the store. I don't have any plays or anything that I'm in at the moment.
What
So
dates?
I'm there on it's the Valentine's weekend. So
yeah.
I'm there at the Enmore Comedy Club on the 11th, and then it's like the
Thursday, Friday,
Thursday,
Saturday.
Friday, Saturday at the store. Yeah, in Feb.
Are there 2 shows
I
on
gotta grab my
Saturday?
phone.
2 shows on the Saturday. Sorry, I love how you know more than I do, Rosie. I'm so bad, but yeah, I'm really
trying to help.
excited.
What
Take
are your handles online?
Oh yeah, so at Weezer Squeezer, and that's it because I don't really do anything else. But yeah, follow me. I probably won't follow you back, but it'll be nice to
We
see
all got
you.
followed back. That's
Famous.
Yeah, we got followed
Famous,
back.
miss you all. Is anyone else plugging anything?
Jamie?
I'm pretty busy.
Yeah.
We're all
Rose?
so busy. What about you, Rosie?
Well, I'm just going to keep plugging this every episode. I am doing my show at the Melbourne International Comedy Festival.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
called Goddess. It's in the Mantra on Russell at 6 p.m. March 26 to April 19. I think it's at 5 p.m. on Sundays. So please come down to that. I'm also doing it at Sydney Comedy Festival on May 6 and May 8 in the Matchbox at the Factory at 9:30 p.m. Come to that as well. Rose Alice Piper on Twitter, Instagram, Rose Piper on Facebook. Comedy at Papa Getty's is the 3rd Tuesday of every month. Please come to that. Powerbomb Comedy is every Friday at Staves Brewery in Glebe at 8 p.m. Come to that.
Keep
I think
going, keep
that's it.
going. Oh, actually, Rose, that's great.
I'm Andrew. I'm at Andrew Hastings on Twitter, and if you want to come see your boy do a little bit of the yuck yucks, come to Magic Mike Feb 5. I'm doing a little headline spot, so you come through. It'll be lit as hell.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I'm hosting Comedy Lounge on February
All right, we've all got stuff
20.
going on. Right? I'm actually very
February 24, I think.
I'm actually I have so many auditions coming up. Fiddler on the Roof. No, I'm kidding.
No,
I
don't come to the Comedy Lounge. Come to my.
Yeah,
Comedy
come to the
festival
show.
show
I'm going to
instead,
try
yeah.
fly
Right. If you're in
down.
Sydney, go to the Comedy Lounge.
If you see me
you're in
walking
Melbourne,
down-
No,
such an
it-
easy problem to
No,
solve.
if you're in Sydney, wait and go to my Sydney Comedy
We'll
Festival
all save
show.
up money and buy flights and go to Melbourne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's all go
Exactly.
together and
There
get
you go.
ice
Well,
cream.
you have to come down.
I
because
always say that, by the way.
everyone has to come down because it's my birthday down there.
Oh, we have to. Also, I always say
it's
that
the
when we're at
really
gigs
important
and
birthday
I know
of
we're running out of
31.
time. But I always say that let's all get ice cream after, and everyone thinks I'm lying.
I was
I
gonna,
love ice
I was
cream.
gonna duck next door, put on some pants, and come get a beer.
Cute.
Yeah.
Let's go to the convenience store and buy ice cream on
Let's
the way.
all group hug.
I have paddle pops at home. I can bring them.
We take a photo.
Rainbow.
Let's take a photo and all group hug, but no one try kiss me.
Nobody. All right, Elouise, we
This
end
is
this.
ridiculous.
Oh, I gave her a heads up.
Oh, yeah.
we
I've
did.
I've decided
ready.
I'm going to start doing that.
Good work.
I
Alright.
love the heads up. I'm ready.
And then
Yeah,
made
yeah.
that redundant by
What
then
do you
explaining
want-
that on
do
the
you want to start
podcast.
it then?
Well, you start.
Why'd you
always
guys
start.
message me for?
All right. To the next step.
To the next step.
To the next step.
Elouise, I actually have pretty broad taste in music myself. So